So this is pretty awkward. We are in XP11. So now we got a lot to discuss about the current situation with XP12. So for us to discuss about it, let's hop aboard a plane that has been questioned a lot in the Inibuilds forums. Will this plane ever see the site of XP12? And does it fly in XP12? So, in the VATSIM network as FEDEX 2823. We're flying out of Cancun to Miami. It's a 1 hour 45-minute flight. So, without further ado, let's hop aboard the cockpit and get this bird airborne, and we could during cruise we could discuss about XP12 and its latest data update and this aircraft in XP12. So let's hop aboard the cockpit. Lovely Inibuilds A300, the best simulation aircraft you could get in ever in X-planes. What's going on here? Okay, I'm just gonna have to just change this up a bit. There we go, that disappears, then we'll just change it back. Okay, there we go. So let's go. We already have ground power available, so let's change up the music to something chilling. Let's just sit back and relax. Sorry, not that one. Let's go down through the playlist. So let's go battery. There we go. Love that sound. Ground power, and there we go. We have power into this classic bird. Emergency lights can go on, seatbelt signs and no smoking lights. Galley lights can go on, window heaters can go on, smoke detection. There we go. Align the nav. 1, 2, 3. Get the power supply. Then let's go get our flight plan. But we have the CPDLC stuff here, so all we have to do is go into the ACARS. There it is. Some brief username. There it is. And then just click on company route. It will freeze for a moment, but we can. There we go. Now we have our flight plan. All we have to do is click on IRS align. Uplinks complete. So let's go do our load sheet. First, I have to input our flight plan into the Hold on, I have to change this into in-game. Now there we go. You should see it marked with a higher vis. So there we go. We'll set up all of this later. Let's just get our perf. Just have to input the flight plan into our Advertise SimBrief downloader. Useful tool if it goes to the simbrief.com website and we could download it through there. So there we go, Cancun to Miami. It's a 1 hour 45-minute flight. Ground ops, load sheet. So our ZFW, we're using kilos, 113.0. Fuel aboard, 31 to 13. Let's do 27.34. Load payload. Then let's set it to perf. ICAO, MMUN. That's Cancun's ICAO. Then we are departing 1-2 right via the Antec 1 departure. ATIS request. So while that's happening, we can go into here, SID Antec 2 Alpha. 12 right. And no, we're supposed to insert that. Then we go down here to Miami, star. So Miami is taking the 08 right via the Duval 3 via the Echo Yankee Whiskey transition. That's not the transition we're looking for. Right. Duval 3, no. It's Duval 3. Why are you like this? No, I didn't ask for that. The Echo Yankee Whiskey transition. There we go. So there it is. We have our ATIS request is compute, our reflexing, realistic operations, obviously. So flap 1.6 on the trim, flex 53. We'll set that up right here, but then we don't have yet pitch trim. Basically, once we flick this on, we should get the thing, but that's only when it's all aligned on the thing. So let's get the auto throttle system and the yaw dampers on. In the meantime, we can start loading our pallets via the ground ops loader and click on the load switch right there. If you are in the chat, and feel free to welcome on in. This is for everyone to join in. This is a stream for everybody, especially those who are interested in flight simulation. So let's put now our performance stats here, our initial reference. So let's go down here. So we have to go to the load sheet. Okay, so 113.0 on the ZFW, 25.8, 25.8. Oh wait, no, that's our center of gravity. So 25.8 on the center of gravity, and our fuel board is 27.97. There we go. Maximum flight level 350. We're cruising at 350 today. Optimum is 328. Now we're going at our maximum, which is 350. And I think we're complete here. Okay, there we go. Now we have our PFD. All we can do now is just flick on our picture trim, and we finally got we're now able to set up before departure. In the meanwhile, we can start our fuel pumps. And I think, are we loading up our cargo? Oh, not yet. We forgot to do that. Is it loading up? Oh no, yeah, it's loading up. It's just good. It's just slow. So let's set this up to 350 profile and nav. Profile is essentially like your VNav in a Boeing aircraft. So basically, once you click on profile, that's already your VNav. So let's set up our V2 speeds. We have to set that up manually right here on our takeoff calc. 151 on our V2 speeds. 151 right there. Turn on the caster. And we can start our APU. Master switch on. Start switch on. There's the startup of the APU. So because we're in VATSIM, as well, I forgot to mention that we're on VATSIM, or on the network. We don't have anyone online within Cancun and Miami, so we should be all set. But we do have some weather into Miami, so that would be interesting. So let's just set up our radios. Is that set? Yeah, that's set. VHF1. Set up that's VHF2 and set that. Then we'll go down here to the tuner 122.8. That's Unicom. And look at that. Now we have our IRS aligned. Forgot to turn on the rest of the fuel pumps. We can turn on probe heat now as well, and our APU bleed. Why not? In the meanwhile, we're still loading up our cargo right here. I'll be back in a few, guys. I'll just take a quick bathroom break. Ladies and gentlemen, I have returned to the flight deck. So we're almost done, just one more pallet to go and we can now push back. In the meanwhile, we can prepare our better pushback right here, pre-plan. So let's go down here, we're at stand 30. And while we're at it, we can look at the charts too.
Granted cockpit, can acknowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready.
So we are FEDEX 3823. 2823. You gotta remember that 2823, we're in Cancun International. Let's look at our charts. So we're taxiing to 12 right. Unless there are no charts here. Okay, hold on. Let me look it up at the website. Maybe I tab broke or something. I don't know. So Navigraph. So we are, yes, please log in. I don't know why it keeps logging me out. I don't know why. Alright, there we go. Our cargo doors now closing. We can actually get rid of some things now. Turn off external power because I use a veil. External power chocks or stairs. The loader can go away and our fuel truck. And we can call for pushback. I have to make a call as well. But you have to get our charts for Cancun. Oh yeah, guys, and just ignore what Fly Live Studio says. We're not flying in an Airbus, not in a Boeing 737-800. We're actually in a Airbus A300. I don't know what happened. It's not telling me the correct thing. So MMUN charts, please. There we go. We got our charts. I'll just let it load up right here. So
okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
There we go. We can turn on our beacons and we can make a call. So we are currently facing northeast. So we're gonna have to face southwest. Northwest. And Cancun traffic, FedEx 2023 stand 30, pushing back facing northwest. Cancun traffic. Alright, so we still have to get our charts uploaded. The charts already loading. Okay. Oh, what happened to my view here? That's supposed to be a wind view.
Bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Yes, sir. Just wait. I'll just set up my wing view real quick. I think that was during my short cinematic shot right there. Alright, there we go. That's set. So that's that. There we go. All good. So there we go. Okay, now we got our charts, and all I need is now the charts for the taxiway. So we're taxiing via the Delta 1 Alpha. So Delta 1 Alpha. Here we go. Pushback.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start pushback, starting engines. Perfect. So we got crank A. We'll start with number 2. Let's turn off this music. I know you can't hear the music, but I don't know how loud it is for you, but I just have to be consistent enough for you that hearing. 15%. There we go. Let's go get that right there. Greenlight Auto Brokers, welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome. We're just about to push back in Cancun. We're doing some cargo ops to Miami. Hope all is well, good sir. Hope all is well. So there we go. Start flaps. There we go. Now it's cancelled out. We'll let it stabilize. Then we'll start engine number 1. There we go. That's cut out. We got engine 2 running. We can now start engine number 1. There we go, we got rotation on N2. 15% is what we're looking at. There we go, 15%. We can turn on our weather radar as well. There we go. So, on our charts, we're currently at taxiway Delta 1. Then we'll make our way down Delta 1 to the Alpha taxiway. Then at the Alpha taxiway, we'll be at holding point Alpha at runway 12 right for departure. Oh yeah, it's a nice route. It's a nice short route. Just some time constraints. I arrived home late, so I was planning on a longer stream around 2 hours. Okay, right. Parking brake is now set, so you can disconnect. But yeah, this is a short route. It's a nice short one. I don't want it to be long. So there we go. Let's go. There we go. Set that up. Flaps 15 is what we're looking at. Flaps 15, slats 15. We can now turn off our APU, turn off the bleed. That's now the off position. We have checklists here. We have a checklist here provided by Inibuilds themselves. There it is. A300 on the line, version 2. So after start checklist, for pitch trim set. That is 1.6. There we go. Trim set, rudder 0, spoilers, arm, flaps, flaps 15. ECAM status checked. Anti-ice required, hand signal is about to be received. Before start checklist is complete,
We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
let's do our control check first. Control check. Up. Down. Or not. Oh wait, that's what's the controls with? Flight controls. Up, down, left, right, rudder rights, and rudder left. Perfect. Right before start checklist complete, so we're gonna be taxiing via Delta 3 Alpha. And Cancun traffic, FEDEX 2823, taxiing to 12 right via Delta 3 and Alpha. We'll be holding short at holding point Alpha, Cancun traffic. Okay, parking brakes off. We can now start our push, our taxi, not push. Oh yeah, I know. I don't know how to change it. I've forgotten how to change it. It's been a while since I used Fly Live. That's supposed to be an A300, but for some reason it doesn't detect it. But it does. It still works. But I don't know how to change it. Fly Live Studios. Something's broken in Fly Live. There's no way I could change it. It still says 737-800, but we're not in a 737. We're in an Airbus. Taxi lights. I'll just lower the sounds a bit. It's a bit too loud. I'm gonna take it easy. So I'll try refreshing Fly Live. I don't know why it's just Powered by Flylife, yes. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know how to change that. It's just that. Oh, this is X-Plane 11 green light. We some things were changed in beta 7 and 6 that I'll be discussing once we reach cruise. Okay, so we're now in taxiway Alpha, and we're gonna be at holding point Alpha. So far, there's no traffic in Cancun, but we might have traffic at Miami or at Fort Lauderdale. There we go again with the frame issues stuff with Explain, but oh, there's nothing much I could do really. This is the best I could do. This is just an issue with Xpilot, like where it cancels out the stream, but whatever. I'll just have to deal with it. We can put the retract the landing lights or deploy the landing lights. We'll not turn them on. They're at the second detent right here. Oh yeah, and as part of a checklist, I heard that you put the engine start to the continuous relights. It doesn't say here, but I've seen some A300 cockpit takeoffs, and they do have this set at continuous relights. And let's set up our flex. That's our 51 degrees. Yeah, no, it's 53. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let's not end up in the bush today. Let's try not to end up in the bush. Okay, let's set up a parking brake. TCAS can go TARA. Landing lights can go on. Strobe lights. And Cancun traffic, FEDEX 2023 departing Cancun departing 1-2 right via the Ante 2 Alpha departure. Expecting flight level 350 for Cancun traffic. Alright, let's go do this. We're gonna go flex, as per usual. We're doing realistic ops, so we're not doing toga, but you'll still get to hear those CF6s to roar up. So here we are. Let's push down on the yoke. And let's pull them up, 50%. Toga. Yeah, this is a payware Cancun. This is a payware Cancun in the org store. If I remember, I think it was in the SIP market. I'll have to take a look. Maybe I got it from the SIP market store. And here we go. And flex 51. Yep. That should be 53 actually. Hold on. There we go. And flex 53. Airspeed's alive now. And we are at 80 knots. 100 knots. Nose up. Nose on neutral actually. Yoke neutral. V1 and rotate. Oh, it looks like we touched down a bit, I think. V2. Positive rate climb, gear up. And we are airborne. So we'll make a final call for Cancun in a bit. Let's just focus on the flying. Landing gear lever can now go to the off position. And let's turn on the autopilot here. Alright, let's make a final call to Cancun. And Cancun traffic, FEDEX 2823 is now airborne at 1,500, climbing to flight level 350. Final call for Cancun traffic. Alright, so we are now airborne. We'll turn on the music in a bit. Look at that. Yeah, this is a payware Cancun scenery. I'll try and find it. Explain. Okay. I think it's the FSIM Studios Cancun, I believe. Yep, it's the FSIM Studios Cancun. I'll drop a link if you're interested in grabbing it. Alright, okay, now. Alright, there we go. So let's bring up the flaps. Flaps up. Alright, we are climbing like a rocket. Holy smokes. Yeah, I know, we're getting 19 frames on the FSIM. There we go. We fixed it. There we go, we are now airborne. We should now be trying to get for 250 knots. 5,000 feet. Yeah, I think we can now turn on the music. Let's turn on some music. So once we reach cruise, we will discuss about XP11's current beta situation. And we will also see about what's been going on with XP11, as there were some issues that I've ran into, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys even have ran into as well bit yourself. Music's too loud. There you go. So we'll be talking about that. Okay, now we should make another turn here. Yes, we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the situation with Inibuilds and XP11 compatibility with the A300 that I've been following in the forums and what I've been hearing in the Discord as well. So we will be talking about that as well. Let's close that window. Let's close that. There we go. Okay, now we are at 10,000 feet. Now we're climbing up. Continuous relay can now go to off. Beautiful A300. Let's fly by. Beautiful noise. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so actually we can start talking about now, because this is a pretty lengthy discussion that we're gonna have. So, just a couple weeks ago, XP11 has released Beta 6. In Beta 6, there was a specific change that they did. So I'll open up the chart change log on my screen, on my monitor. XP11 released notes. There we go. So one of the changes they did for XP11 open beta 6 is that they have changed the way of wing flex. So basically, it says this XPD-13077 wings don't droop under fuel load. Now the only thing is that, and we've been disconnected from the network. That's fine. We can just reconnect. So the thing is that what they've changed is with the wing flex is that because they changed the wing flex, they changed the way the wing flexes as well. So basically, it basically doesn't droop that much anymore with fuel load. However, when you fly, the plane's wing flex is literally equivalent to a Boeing 787. So basically, your stubby little A330 wings or your A321 wings would literally try to flex like a 787. I hope, and they still haven't resolved that issue with X-Plane 12's Beta 7. Beta 7, they didn't change the wing flex, they just fixed some tweaks like network computer freeze in Beta 5, crash depth assert branch, front wheel moves violently on the S-76, no landing clearance on Kilo Bravo Echo Delta, needs controllers and patterns for that airport too, change the did you know text and so on and so forth. You could read up on the Explain forums, not on the Explain forums, on the explain.com website release notes. So the wing flex is essentially now wing flexing like it's a 787. It's not supposed to be like that. Because when you wing flex, like this, the A300 has stubby little wings, but it doesn't flex that much. It flexes only just a little bit, but you could notice it. You could notice it right here on this. God dang it. On this angle right here, you could definitely see the wing flex. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. Not too. It's noticeable, but it doesn't flex too much. That's so far the only issue with X-Plane 12. But, however, and also what I've heard is that X-Plane 12, that is the new wing flex physics. So it's not laminar research that might not have to fix it, but rather it's the developers. So I'm not sure if it's actually true or if it's not true. But from what I've heard, it's the people that make the planes will have to fix it. But it also affects the default. So even in Beta 7, if it's something that should be fixed by the aircraft developers, shouldn't not laminar research be fixing their default planes? But yeah, that's so far the only issue. But X-Plane 12 Beta 7 actually did improve in frames. Actually, I've been getting more frames than X-Plane older betas, but yeah, it's actually a bit more stable as well. And yeah, that's so far what I've noticed with Beta 7. Now you're thinking, why am I back in X-Plane 11? Well, it's because that I just need a sim that hopefully will not crash. Sometimes X-Plane 12 crashes, sometimes it doesn't, but I got X-Plane 12 to with the beta because I want to help people actually help get the beta and test it out and see some issues and this and that, get my first impressions in the sorts, like what I've had with my first X-Plane 12 stream, my first thoughts with X-Plane 12. Yes, Laminar should fix their planes. Yeah, yes, exactly. If they change the wing flex physics, or the way the wing flex does, the way they do the wing flex, basically they should also be fixing the planes. But in this case, they haven't fixed yet their default planes. So if it's now part of the new wing flex system of X-Plane, then they should also be fixing the wing flex on their planes. Doesn't make sense why they wouldn't fix it if they make new wing flex physics. Now, X-Plane 11, the reason why I got it is so that I could get the old planes that are sadly no longer compatible for X-Plane, that are not yet compatible with X-Plane 12. A good example is the plane I'm flying right now, the Inibuilds A300. Now, the Inibuilds A300, the best high-fidelity aircraft you could get for your buck. It's a fun aircraft, it's a classic, and it's popular as a cargo aircraft. It's still being flown today. Flown with FEDEX, UPS, you also got some DHL, Air Hong Kong, and it's flown for many other passenger aircraft before it's flown for cargo planes. So now the question is, well, I understand that Inibuilds is currently porting their A310 to Microsoft, and they're not gonna be getting this. We're not gonna be getting this plane anytime soon into X-Plane 12. But it doesn't make sense though. On what I've been hearing with Inibuilds is them, from what I've heard, people getting banned in the Inibuilds Discord for just asking, this plane is this plane coming to X-Plane 12? From what I've heard, okay, they are banning people from their Discord for just asking. I just don't understand. I know that it's not gonna be compatible because they're currently in a collaboration with Asobo and basically getting this aircraft ready because of their collaboration. And of course, with the collaboration, this sadly means that they wouldn't be updating their X-Plane stuff for quite some time until this collaboration has ended or whenever they get the time. But it just doesn't make sense on just asking a simple question. It's just a simple question. Is this aircraft coming to X-Plane 12? But that doesn't necessarily mean you should be banning people just for simply asking. It's just out of curiosity. Well, the banning part is what I've heard so far. That's what I heard. So it doesn't make sense. Why ban people if they're just asking? And if you go into the forums, Inibuilds forums, asking, the Inibuilds manager, the Ini manager, will feature X-Plane 12 support in a future update. So that's pretty exciting. It's still though that's pretty good. At least we get the Ini manager for X-Plane 12 so that you could easily download some of the add-ons there as well. But still, I still don't understand about the A300 and why people are getting banned for it. Just doesn't make sense. And they do have a reply. Someone asked, now that you announced a very close relationship where Inibuilds is going to improve for Microsoft, what are the future involvement with X-Plane? Will we get the same enhancements you're putting into X-Plane 12 and your A300? And one of the admins said that they appreciate every single customer for their business and support during the product releases for X-Plane 11. These were products for X-Plane 11 marketed as such. We have no comment for X-Plane 12 aircraft-wise and are currently focused on Microsoft Flight Simulator. We entered this business to provide the best quality add-ons and turn a long-term relationship with a fantastic team at Microsoft allows us to do that, but at a much wider audience. Yeah, exactly. The loyalty for MSFS. Inibuilds wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the X-Plane community. That's the reason why they are, very popular. I mean, yeah, sure, they were known for also fixing airports that at first and fixing airports in P3D and making liveries. That was before their popularity just just skyrocketed. As soon as they announced the Inibuilds A300 and it was released, their popularity skyrocketed. Overall, it skyrocketed. I love the Inibuilds A300, and I'm glad that I have the aircraft. If it wasn't for the X-Plane community, you Inibuilds wouldn't be here in this situation and your partnership with Microsoft. If we didn't buy your A300s, you wouldn't be here today. You gotta remember that. The X-Plane community is what helped you become the high quality add-on makers you are today. So the fact that they are now migrating to MSFS is just a sign that they don't. I think they wouldn't really care. They don't really care about the X-Plane community anymore because of the partnership with X-Plane with Microsoft. Because they're now partnered with Microsoft, they are now officially part of Microsoft, and the only thing they'll be doing is giving them sceneries like the LAX scenery, the Heathrow scenery, and they will be porting over their planes and possibly forgetting about X-Plane. It sucks because us X-Plane users, we're already getting this fantastic aircraft for X-Plane 12, the TOLUSes, the flight factors, the rotates, the rotate MD-11 specifically. You got even more coming into X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12 specifically already has a lot of planes ready. You got, like I said, the all of the payware planes that I mentioned, plus the Zebo mod. The Zebo mod works perfectly in X-Plane 12. All we really need now is a classic freighter, that like this one, the A300. But sadly, with what I've said, Inibuilds is not gonna be upgrading their Inibuilds A300 to X-Plane 12 for a while, I hope. Hopefully in the near future they do eventually upgrade it, like compatibility, SASLs and stuff, just to fix the bugs. Which I will mention about me, the experience of flying a broken plane, this one, in X-Plane 12 in a bit. We got a message on nav 8, that's fine. We just reached cruise, so let's turn off the seatbelt signs. So let's now move on to the next discussion. What is broken with the A300 in X-Plane 12? You would be surprised to know that it's actually flyable with some bugs. So let us start with hydraulics. So everything works in the aircraft. Hydraulic-wise, everything works, except for the flaps. So essentially, every time you take off in this aircraft, you're taking off and landing with no flaps, which means you could either overrun the airport or you'll be landing at a ridiculously high speed, which is possibly equivalent to an MD-11 at full weight. Next up is that the engines don't have enough power to start up. Basically, they don't start up. If you put the engine on crank, you press on the start switch, it spools up. It doesn't spool up. It barely spools up. You try starting up the engine, it would spool up to around 0.2% N2. Alright, so maybe we could start it up with Control-Shift-E. Yeah, it does work with Control-Shift-E. Taxiing it, very good. The fly is pretty decent, but the thing is now that the aircraft is really, really sensitive to wind gusts and turbulence. So basically, this aircraft is now equivalent to flying like a GA, except it's a heavy GA that could take off at 150 knots. But then when it comes to sensitivity, it's equivalent to a Cessna 172, or even smaller. Next is and of course flying physics. The aircraft does climb, but it doesn't climb up really high. Like at full power around flight level 280, the aircraft barely climbs. So the flying physics really needs to be changed. So that's so far the only issues. It's not, and also I forgot to mention, FMC doesn't, the FMS system doesn't work. So you could input a flight plan using your SimBrief stuff, but you cannot technically like input it manually, like word per word, letter by letter, word per word. it doesn't work. It just says that airport is not found, or says your navigate is corrupted or something like that. So yeah, that's the only issue so far with Explain 12 Inibuilds A300. It flies, but I wouldn't really, fly it like anywhere. I would just do it for like screenshots and such. Oh man, Inibuilds. I love you, but at the same time, I don't know why you are in Microsoft. Well, at least give us a word that you are actually gonna be upgrading it soon. Don't just leave us out by giving us some ridiculous PR stuff, saying that thank you for your support, and we're gonna be going to Microsoft for a bigger chance to be more popular. To me, that's a sign of greediness, because they're just. I'm not suggesting that they're here for the money, but from the way it looks like, they're just trying to get more people to like them. It doesn't make sense. Like the Explain community is still here. We have the Inibuild sceneries for, well, not though like the Heathrow and such, like some that they're selling in the store into the Explain forum, into the Explain game simulator. And it still works fine. I mean, some of them work in Explain 12 too. But yeah, will I still support Inibuilds? Maybe, but the collaboration, they are in it for the money. And yeah, I actually do agree with that. They're in it for the money. Like I said a while ago, they couldn't be at this current situation like this right now if it wasn't for the Inibuilds A300. They wouldn't be here without the Explain. They wouldn't be here without the P3D community. They started with P3D, making airports and scenery and liveries work. With GSX and the sorts, like the GSX profiles for some airports and yada yada yada. And then when they came to the Explain community, they went off with a bang. They went off with the Inibuilds A300. Then they started making high quality airports for our sim. They wouldn't be in a partnership if it wasn't for us. They wouldn't be here without the Explain community. You guys have to realize that the reason why they are at a situation like this is because of the A300. It's because of the Explain community. Because the A300 is by far the highest quality aircraft you could get in Explain. It's worth your money. You should buy it. But the thing is that their current collaboration with Microsoft and the fact that it feels like they're abandoning Explain seems more like greediness. I just don't understand. They've been through some situations as well. Like that one time where a member from the Inibuilds team said that Tolis is, something it says here, look. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what happened, but a member of here, I'll read you an article with what happened with Tolis and Inibuilds. So here it is. A member of the Inibuilds team stated that Tolis believes that Inibuilds customer demographics have changed due to their work in Microsoft Flex and projects. In other words, Tolis believes that Inibuilds is no longer a good seller for their products, and they assume they don't focus on Explain as much as they would have before. Tolis continues to sell through SimMarket and Aerosoft, who focuses heavily on Microsoft My Flight Sim. So it basically says here that the drama began with Inibuild sending an email to the customers who bought Tolis products, claiming that they will have to repurchase add-ons for Explain 12, and that Tolis A319 and A321 will not receive any updates for Explain 11. Tolis immediately took to their social networks, claiming that Inibuilds distributed false information. Inibuilds, on the other hand, claimed that they have communicated what they told the Tolis. It doesn't make sense. It's a mess up on their end. For number one, before sending an email to anyone that bought the toll list through the Inibuilds store, you gotta ensure that what you're gonna be emailing to people is actually the truth. You don't just email and hope for the best. You're just gonna ask yourself for trouble. I don't know. Will I still be supporting any builds? Maybe. But this sucks, man, honestly. This whole situation it's infuriating. It just makes my brain explode the fact with the current situation, this and that. Oh boy, we had a lengthy discussion, hadn't we? But yeah, Inibuilds A300. What do I think of it? Best airplane so far. I love it. I enjoy it. Sucks that it's not an XP12 though. Oh man. So yeah. So this is actually not a cabin, but this is a crew hold. Crew hold. You got yourself the control panel right here. You got your way to open. You could open the cargo door either 70 degrees or 145 degrees. You got the window to take a look at the cargo. We have 4 pallets aboard today. We got ourselves a full cabin. This is what they changed with version 2. Version 1, I think version 1, if I remember correctly, only had half a cabin. This time, we got a full load. We got a full cabin today. Well, not really a cabin, it's more like a full cargo hold. But yeah, I'm just glad that I have this plane. It sucks that it's not going to XP12 anytime soon. Just use the sim that best suits your purpose. Exactly. I agree with that. And speaking of the current situation with sims, what's up with people fighting over what sim you should get, and this sim is better than this sim, that sim's better than that sim, this sim is horrible, that sim's horrible, this sim's the best, you should get it, spend money on it. Why? Why fight about sims? We all have one thing in particular, and that is us sharing one thing in common. And that thing in common is our love for aviation, or just flying overall. Just disconnection, no worries about that. But yeah, we all have one passion. We all have one goal. That's for us to fly planes. Virtually or real life, it doesn't matter. If you have one goal, if you love flying planes, I don't care if you're using FSX, P3D, MSFS, or XP. It doesn't matter what sim you have. We all have something in common. If you love XP11, you love XP11. If you like XP12, you go for XP12. If you love the high fidelity aircraft of P3D, go ahead, get P3D for the fidelity. Or do you love Microsoft for you to fly GA planes? Go right ahead. Just get the sim that you prefer, please. We don't need to make a ruckus about this sim, it's really unstable. Oh, this sim doesn't have the planes. This sim looks ugly. Nowadays, sims are like, it's all about how it looks. I do enjoy Microsoft. When I still had it, I uninstalled it, of course, due to space constraints in my hard drive. But MSFS looks visually appealing. I like the way MSFS looks. I like some of the planes that was there too. But what I love about MSFS is basically the inbuilt ortho, and the GA planes are fun to fly, and sometimes even the airliners are fun to fly. What I love about the X-Plane series overall is the way planes fly. The flying dynamics in X-Plane is actually more better than Microsoft. But Microsoft, I do love flying the planes there as well. Why do I love P3D? It's because of the high fidelity aircraft you have. You got PMDG, quality wings. You got the Leonardo aircraft. You got quality. I already mentioned quality wings. You got the Captain Sim products, the 7576 for P3D, mind you. P3D. The 75 and 76. Their 777 is just a joke. Don't touch this 777 for P3D. But the PMDG 777, 74, and then the 73, the Quality Wings 78, the Leonardo MD-80. You also got the Captain Sim 75 and 76. Those are fantastic airplanes to fly. It's really enjoyable to fly those planes. And we're coming up with top of descent in a few. Well, let's finish up with this discussion. So if you love a sim, stick to the sim that you prefer. Let's not try and create this flight sim war like, this plane, yada yada yada. Like I said, enjoy the sim that you have. There's no, if you have screenshots, just ignore those people that say like, this sim is just this and that. I even made a community post about it in my YouTube channel. Someone by the name of Rated Flex, I'm gonna call you out. He commented, "You mean like when MSFS was just released and it was being compared to a fully matured XP11 and default planes were being compared to payware? I get it. New XP stands on it one way, but that's the other way." You got to remember now that X-Plane 12 is currently released as a beta, early access beta. MSFS was released as a full-on fledged released version sim. So obviously the bugs there are just from day one release. So you're telling me you're gonna be comparing a full-fledged updated sim to a sim that is currently in progress that could be improved with beta? If you're gonna be creating a comparison video, which I will be doing with X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12 in the future, a vanilla X-Plane 12 review. So I'm gonna be cleaning out everything, the plugins and such in X-Plane 11 and 12 to do a review video, a vanilla review video, when X-Plane 12 goes out of the beta. So we can do a comparison. So the way you do a comparison is from a released version to a released version. You don't compare a sim to a released version to an open beta or an early access version, because it's just wrong. Because a released version, most of the bugs are already smoothened out, this and that, yada yada yada. It's done. It's in release, and then all you have to do is just update it to make the sim better in the future update. So I'll just end this on a note. If you like a sim, stick to the sim that you have. If you could upgrade your sim, you could upgrade your sim, but like I said, and what Greenlight said, shout out to you, my friend, just use the sim that best suits your purpose. If your purpose is to fly planes with the flying physics of possibly almost to real life, I would go for X-Plane. If you want a sim that looks beautiful and at the same time has somewhat of a flying physics in it, I would go for Microsoft. If you want the plane to basically learn a plane from inside out with high fidelity product, I would go for P3D. So, like I said, I don't care what sim you use. I don't care if it's FS98, FS2004, or even FSX. You have one sim. We have a sim. We all have a sim, and we all love one thing in common. That's this right here. You're seeing in your screen right here, right now. This is it. This is what we all love. Flying. From point A to point B, carrying passengers, carrying cargo, friends or family, whoever you want to put in the back seats of their aircraft. It doesn't matter. We all have one thing in common, and it's right here, and it's right here. It's right here. I'm telling you right now. We all have one thing in common, and that is us to fly planes. I don't want anyone to start a fight just because this person hates this sim or this sim looks ugly. We all have one thing in common, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll say this for the final time. And that is our love, our passion for flight. And it's what you're seeing in the screen right now. That is it, so let us end it there. Let us move on to let's just move on now to our top of descent. Focus on Miami because we are now about to reach. We're gonna have to prepare for top of descent. So let's go. No, that's departure. Airports. Miami. Charts. Alright, arrival. We're doing the Duval 3. Excuse me. Pardon me. Arrivals. Yeah, we already have our arrivals. Let's go approach. We're looking at the 08 right ILS. There we go. Let's set up our ILS now. So there's a switch here. All we have to do is just flick down that switch. ILS. So we get our ILS right here. So 110.3 with a C course with a course degree of 92. There we go. That's our course set. ILS or localizer 08 right. Next approach, climb 800, then climbing left to 3000 on heading 270 on DHP VORTAC R335 to the BRBRA DHP 115 DME and hold. Right there. So we'll be holding at Barba in case of a go around. So here it is. So right here we should be at 3000 feet. Then we should descend. Oh, but it's best done at 1500. So we'll do 1500 or 2000 feet around here. Let's do our landing calculations too. We've forgotten that we have a landing perf now. So we get our FMC data, ATIS request. And we're now reading our ATIS. There we go, compute. So brakes are low, reversers on idle. So we would still have 1000 meters of a stopping margin. So I think we can go full reverse. What happens if we do full reverse? How much margin of things do we have? Yeah, we will do full reverse. Let's do that. Yes. So we'll do low auto brakes, and we will have a VREF speed of 132, but our approach speed will be 137. So that's perfect. Everything looks good so far. Flying pretty good today. Oh man.
Just picture that you're actually going to bed. It's not just you and him, or you and her. It's that you're packing along a loaded revolver with you when you go. And not only that, when you go to bed with that person, you're not just going to bed with that person. You're going to bed with every other person that person has ever gone to bed with before in their life. So just picture it's as if you're all curling into one bed together.
Alright, how far till top of descent? Let's take a look at our progress. Alright, so we got our ILS set, so we got our stuff set. We already have our VREF speeds too. All we have to do now is get our ATIS for our arrival. Let's see here. Winds calm, few at 100, broken at 140, altimeter 29990. Right now we're not supposed to query. No. Alright, so far so good. So we now got our METAR. And we're now about to land into Miami. So let's start our descent very soon. Oh yeah, there we go. We got weather change now. Clear skies, and I can see some land up ahead. That's the state. That's the beautiful state of Florida. So, and we'll be starting our descent in a few, actually. So let's do our briefing. So we'll be landing with slats 30, flap 40, brakes at low mode, with full reverse thrust. But I think we should just go for idle, it's still around the same. But I think we'll change it up. We'll do medium auto brakes instead, with idle reversers. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful aircraft this is. Let's do a flyby, a complimentary flyby. Oh, baby, that sounds fantastic. Okay, let's make a call here now. In Miami traffic, FEDEX 2023 will soon start their descent via the Duval 3 Star with transition Echo Yankee Whiskey, expecting ILS 08 right for Miami. Miami traffic. There we go, we made our first call to Miami. We don't have really traffic in Miami right here. There's Miami International. We're doing 1008 right. Based on what Volantis says, we don't really have much traffic apart from a 737 that's just crossing by, so we should be fine. So we don't really have much traffic into Miami, but we do have some weather that's closing in on Miami though, so we do got some VATSIM flights, so we got that are arriving in Miami. We got one from Heathrow, one from Fort Worth, and one from I think that's Jamaica. And we got disconnected this time. And there's me, FedEx 2023 from Cancun. Virgin Atlantic 5. Perfect. We got another one from DFW. I think he's still pretty far away. Yeah, no, he's still in. Oh, no, that's not the guy. Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright, we should be starting our descent in a bit. I don't know why my frames just tanked back up 20. Yeah. Yeah, this flight is absolutely perfect. It's a nice short flight. This one... It's a nice short flight, this flight is. There we go, we got the... I think that's a Key West, I think. I think it's a Key West. I don't really know about my geography. I should really get my geography up and up. But yeah, we do have some traffic. I don't know where the other traffic is from. But I know we do have some inbound traffic. Yeah, it's right here from Fort Worth. Oh yeah, oh no, he's still on the way. He's an hour away. We're just 16 minutes away. Alright, let's start our descent. We're now at the top of descent. 350, no, we should be at 231. 231. There we go. Manage descent. Let's start. And Miami traffic FedEx 2823 is descending to 231. One out of 347 Miami traffic. Okay, just gonna make sure that I do have my push to talk. Just yep. Always being wary because sometimes people might not hear my transmission sometimes. But it's also all in this case are all good, no worries. So we should be at 231 at Carno, so let's get some spoilers out there. Expedite our descent. Because after this stream, I have to update Windows 10. That's right. I'm still using Windows 10 as my operating system. It's still good. I'm just not confident yet with Windows 11. Hopefully in the future I will update to Windows 11, but as of right now I'll stick with 10. I just got a system update mid-flight, actually. So after this stream I will have to update that, but yeah. Now we go. We're now starting our descent. After Carno, we should be at 150 at the Vol. Let's just take a look at the flight plan real quick before we set up our decision height. So 08 right here. So there's is that a discontinued or oh no, that's not it. So we're gonna have to go. So we're gonna have to go after what's before Corpa. So after core power, we should get rid of the HP. There we go, perfect. Let's set decision height. Let's set it at 150. That's too close. Let's do it 250. So then the descent, the next one, it's gonna be at. Well, why did that just undo itself? I don't know why. 196. 190 in that case. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and subscribe for more streams and films. I'll be posting another film in the near future. Been busy with school and basically the VA. As we're currently in the process of doing something big. So yeah. There we go. Passing Carnu now in one. So let's just make a call now. And Miami traffic FedEx 2023 out of 250 for 190. Miami traffic. So we got a guide slope of cross section. So basically we can like see how good we did on the approach. Yeah, seatbelt signs on. Let's do our checklist for. We have a checklist, so I should be utilizing checklists. Approach, sign set, briefing confirmed, ECAM set, altimeters will be set once we reach 180. That's our transition altitude. Minimums is set. Ignition as required at 10 flight level 10,000. Landing elevation is set. We have a landing elevation system right here. Let's set it up to right here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we need expediter descent now. Oh, that's too fast, too fast, too fast. Check up, 300 now. So we should be let's go direct of Carnu. No, let the Vol. Not in the there we go. We're now headed direct to sorry. We're now headed direct to the Vol. Let's not try and make that mistake of us. Let's change also the time a bit for like a sunset approach. There we go, perfect. Let's turn on. Let's put some lights into this cockpit now, shall we? Okay, let's go 3,000 feet now. Making another call. In Miami traffic, FedEx 2823 is now out of 200, descending to flight level 3000. Expecting ILS 08 right, Miami traffic. Just making sure that our approach. Perfect, that's set. So our altimeter, our altimeter, let's get an updated ATIS. 2990, there we go, that's set. Landing lights will go on later once we're at 10,000. In case of, okay, so this is how we do the crossbreed. Yeah, there's a switch here. Basically, it's just like a Boeing. The one with the lowest, you turn it off. One with the highest, you keep it on. Crossbreed. Fuel transfer. Similar to a Boeing, but it's all good. I think let's keep that on and I don't. So I've seen some people try and land this with the auto throttle off. You can just leave the auto throttle on if you have to. I mean, like, it'll automatically retard the throttles, no worries. Like, with this, your throttles are just very laggy. The engine lags. Let's reduce our speed as well. Let's get some spoilers. Get some speed down to 240 knots. Medium auto brakes, we'll use that. Idle reverse. Okay, let's go direct after Famine. What's after Famine? Corpa. Corpa confirmed. Are you at idle thrust na plane? Yeah, it's an idle thrust. 15,000 feet now, perfect. We have to start slowing down more. Wait, nope, I got a technique up my sleeves. Side slip it. Or not? Okay, that's not. Yes, stop. We're not messing around with the rudders. Forgotten that they added that after an incident with an American A300 because they keep on using the rudders too much. Okay, let's turn on our land mode here. Oh god, we're about to break the 150 knot rule. We have to find a way to slow down and fast. Okay, I got an idea. Slow down and descent. Whoa, our auto brakes just outdid itself. I pressed it by accident. It's okay. Nope, that's not working. Yeah, we should have calculated our descent even better. This is not acceptable, especially in VATSIM standards. Yeah, I know. Here we go. We have cat 2. There's Miami. We have Miami in sight. Let's make a call. And Miami traffic FedEx 2823, 25 nautical miles away from from Miami International. Expecting ILS 08 right. Have the field in sight. We will be calling when ILS is established. Miami traffic. Yeah, meanwhile us trying to descend like a freaking maniac. Come on, slow down. Please? No, we cannot put out some flaps. But nope, looks like we're leveling out slightly. Okay, landing lights, nose lights, continuous approach, continuous wing lights can go on. Are we turning for approach now? No, not yet, not yet. We still have to intercept the localizer. Then after that we have to do the glide slope. The glide slope's still pretty high. But the localizer's first. Okay, let's set that up there. Slats. It's slats, flap, flap, and flap. Bring out some flaps. No, spoilers. We still need to slow down. Yeah, there's the right side. Let's look at the diagrams in case of our landing. Airport diagram please, there we go. So we're landing 08 right. Here is it right via Mike 7. Mike 7, November 8, November 7. It's a long taxi, basically. We could just taxi to the UPS terminal. That is cursed. FedEx and a UPS. That could be. North side fire station. Yeah, there's this ramp elevation 9. And Miami traffic FedEx 2023 localizer established. We are 13 nautical miles away from runway 08 right. Miami traffic. Okay, let's slow down more. 200 knots. There we go. So we can get flaps out. Flaps coming out now. Alright boys, landing rate predictions in the chat if you are still in the chat. Landing rate predictions. Medium auto brakes, that's armed. Before landing checklist, we'll do that in a sec. There we go, ILS established. And Miami traffic, FedEx 2023, 10 nautical miles from the airport. ILS established, landing runway 08 right, Miami traffic. Let's slow down now. Bring out the gears. There we go, we got that drag. 37. Let's slow down a bit faster now. There we go. And final call for Miami traffic, FedEx 2823 on a short final, runway 08 right. Miami traffic. Alright, let's turn off music. We got a landing to focus. Yeah, this landing speed's too slow. Let's increase it to 142. I don't know why. We're doing 30-40, but then it's just not the right way. Let's just increase it slightly because we're just way too close to stalling speeds. Alright, we're close enough, we're stable. My aircraft. Let's bring in that butter. Butter and D, my friends. We're gonna get a disconnect here because we're landing, so I don't really care. No one's really here anyways. But to be honest, I still care because it's VATSIM.
Glide slow, glide slow, glide slow, glide slow, glide slow.
Shut up, plane.
Glide slow.
Two whites, two reds, we're fine. Continue, please. Then we're gonna just get disconnected here anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's get there. Let's get it. Oh, we gotta freeze. Oh my god. Let's get it, baby, come on. There we go, and we've been disconnected as well, I don't care. Reverse. 179, I'll take it. Reverse versus idle. You still got enough stopping. You got the stopping power, that's perfect. Manual brakes. Then we'll just have to reconnect on VATSIM because it's always the landing performance. The landing performance is just poor sometimes. And Miami traffic FedEx 2823 has vacated to 8 right. Oh, 8 right, correction. Flaps can go up, APUs can go on, strobes can go off. I'll take it, I'll take that landing, no worries. So we are taxiing to the ramp via Lima 2. No, Lima 1. Lima 2. In Miami traffic, FedEx 2023 taxiing to the ramp via Lima 3, Kilo 3, Kilo. Miami traffic. So we're parking it right beside the UPSs. So just for the memes. Just for the memes. But yeah, I'll take that landing. I wouldn't say that it's a butter. I would say it's a nice firm touchdown. Wait. I wouldn't say it's a classic. What's classic word? Which is textbook. Because we were floating and we were beyond the touchdown zone. If it's in the touchdown zone and we're on the center line, then that's what I call a textbook. If it's not butter, if it's a butter, it's a butter. But textbook butter, that's when you get everything perfect. Smooth landing, touchdown zone, and almost on the center line. I'll take it. But I'll take this landing either way because we're not carrying any passengers. And besides, a landing you walk away from is a good one. So yeah, I want to thank everyone that joined the stream. A very big up, and thank you very much for watching the stream with me. On your end, it's a very late good evening, or in this case, it's now a good morning. But in my case, it's a good afternoon. Or wherever you're from, good morning, good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed today's short flight. So let's just turn off our TCAS, or turn off our flight radar. APUs can stay on. Let's turn on the music now. And we're gonna have to cross this runway right here. Which runway is this? 2608 left. In Miami traffic, FedEx 2823 crossing runway 8 left to Kilo 3. Kilo 3 taxiway. Miami traffic. And Miami traffic, FedEx 2023 has vacated 8 left, taxiing to the ramp via Kilo. Final call for Miami traffic. Thank you and have a great evening, everyone. There we go, we just made our final call to Miami traffic. Yes, I know, high temps because we had a medium auto brake landing. Here we are at the UPS ramp. Just parking here just for the memes and just for the giggles. Federal Express and a UPS cargo depot. I mean, like I'll get sued or anything. But it's just cursed. Here we are, we're gonna park beside this 75, in between these 757s. We'll take the first right. And here's our stop. Check lights can go off. And stop right here. Alright, shutdown. That was a great flight. We got a negative 170 based on what Volana says. And the flight, welcome to Miami International. Perfect. Now we're spooling down. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Miami with a negative 170. I'll take it. Second flight with a stream. Second flight in VATSIM with a stream. So I hope you had a great time, guys. We'll start the replays in a moment. We're just gonna have to spool down these engines and get things set up first. Disconnect from the VATSIM network first of all. And now let us start our replays. So yeah, here we are. We were supposed to touch down here, but I flared it a bit too early. I flared it a bit too early, and I flared it a bit too much too. So I just let it settle. I'll just let her settle down. There we go. Touchdown. Spoilers off. And reversers. Perfect. Of course, we have to do our traditional RV in the centerline view to see how good are we on the center line. And from the way it looks like, this is point on 10s on the center line. We are point on the center line. That's what I'm talking about. Touchdown zone, not so. I would say we are at the very end of. Yeah, we're at the very end, so that's not bad. We're in the very end of the touchdown zone, so I'll take it. Point on the touchdown. Point on the center line. On the end side of the touchdown zone, so out of a 10, I'll give that maybe a 7. Could be better if we were in the... When it comes to perfection, not including butter, I would say it's a 7 out of 10. But this will now be a trend with our landings. I'll rate it myself. So I'll give myself a 7 out of 10. What do you guys think? Out of a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think that could be? Like I said, it's firm, it's textbook. No, semi-textbook. We flared it a bit too much though. Here we are, touchdown zone. Touchdown. Let's do a wing view now. Eight. Thank you very much, Greenlight, for your input on that landing. I really do appreciate it. Any feedback, by the way, is really highly appreciated. And touchdown right here. There we go. Yes, touchdown right there. Spoilers. And there we go. Reversers. Perfect. That's a textbook. I'll say that's a textbook. Definitely a 7 to an 8. So let's go around 7.5 overall. Well, we're gonna do a long one because sadly this is the point in the stream again where we do have to say our goodbyes for now. So let's go out on a long one. This one, there we go. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in to this first A300 stream, and hopefully more. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.